What with the unending popularity of anime, so too comes the love for Japanese RPGs. Whether it's steampunk or high school, there's a whole lot more to love with our list of the 15 upcoming JRPGs for 2020 and beyond.
Where are you, Goku? We need your help!
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's not entirely a JRPG game, but it does introduce something new to the way we know about Bandai Namco's renowned Dragon Ball title. Relive the story of Goku as you do more than just fighting and exchanging power levels. For the first time in a long time, get to explore the world of Dragon Ball. Transformed into an action RPG game, embrace Goku's newfound freedom of adventure and relive key moments from the series.
Pound you into a pump!
Take him to go fishing, or maybe go on a ride to roam the series' important locations. At its core, the game is still a fighting game. Face off against iconic characters from the franchise and watch them duke it out in insane battles. It comes out this January 17th, 2020 for the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. Return to the hopeful spirits of the Crystal Caravan in this remastered version of the 2003 GameCube title. Crystal Chronicles enhances the experience of their epic journey to cleanse their world from a mysterious miasma. As an enhanced title, expect improved visuals, sound, and other bonus content that make this adventure worthwhile. Team up with other friends online to help you in your brave quest. Enlist other heroes from all over the world for the first time with Square Enix's cross-play feature.
Keep the adventure close at hand. The journey now unfolds on smartphones.
You are not alone in this. The game is set to release this January 23rd, 2020 for the PS4. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Have fun.
One of next year's biggest titles is the comeback of everyone's favorite brooding super soldier wielding a massive sword.
Get going.
Final Fantasy VII Remake takes us once again into the beautiful yet corrupted Midgar controlled by a greedy corporation. Rebuilt from the ground up, play FF7 with realistic graphics, improved character models, and a gameplay completely reinvented for the modern audience. Relive the adventures of Cloud and his friends as they stop the evil Shinra from destroying their precious homeworld. Only Chapter 1 of the bigger picture, the game comes out this 3rd of March 2020 as a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference, but not like this.
Trials of Mana, another remake made to appease longtime fans of the series. This modern revival of the third Seiken Densetsu title is fully rebuilt from the ground up in 3D. This revival spews a handful of improvements, including an upgraded battle system that's no longer as tedious as the original. Aside from enhanced voice acting and visuals, you can pick your own protagonists that will greatly affect the entirety of the game's story. The legend of Mana lives on, and it comes out sometime this spring 2020 for the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. Persona 5 Royal. Steal some hearts and reform society once again in Atlus's definitive Persona 5 experience. Royal takes you into the familiar land of Tokyo, Japan, where you still control the same protagonist, Joker, and meet a cast of memorable characters. Although familiar, Atlus continues to spice things up by adding new characters and an interesting new story detail. Royal introduces a whole new character, Kasumi, who's gonna help you with her badass ballerina skills.
How could they be like this?
It's still pretty much the same, really, but with a slight tweak to its gameplay and story. No release date just yet, but it's slated for a 2020 release as a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Langrisser 1 and 2. This list has a lot of remakes. NIS America's revival of the legendary Langrisser 1 and 2 is taking us to their magical kingdom once again, now in high definition. Featuring 2 games in one, experience each Langrisser title with an improved presentation. Just like any other remake, the story remains unchanged. In these 2 different titles, you still end up taking a quest to stop the forces of evil from threatening the fate of your world. Fans of the classic titles will enjoy this revitalized version, especially with its reorchestrated music and some helpful quality of life improvements. Coming this early 2020 for the Nintendo Switch, the PC, and the PS4. Utawarerumono, Prelude to the Fallen. Another title from NIS America, and another remake of a classic PlayStation 4 and PS Vita title. Uncover the origins of the Utawarerumono as it finally launches to the Western shores. Awaken into a mysterious world where you encounter strange and friendly villagers who show you their ways. Serving as a prequel to the main titles, this features every typical JRPG stories where you protect your beloved place from harm's way and meet a wide cast of characters with traumatic pasts. There aren't many details about this game as of the moment, but it's slated to come out this early 2020 for the PS4 and the PS5. Tales of Arise. The latest of the Tales game and definitely the most ambitious of them all. Arise takes you into a divided world where the rich exploit the poor. Step into the shoes of two heroes born in two different worlds as they find a way to restore balance to this chaos. It's been a long time since we had a whole new world in a Tales game, and Arise knows how to up the ante with its solid presentation. This includes new characters and a fancy new upgrade to Tales' linear motion battle system. It's coming out sometime this 2020 for the PS4, the PC, and the Xbox One. Digimon Survive. The Digimon games have come a long way, and this latest title adds more flavor to the already interesting concept of these digital monsters. Digimon Survive takes you into an unfamiliar world where danger lurks in every corner. Find your way out and use the power of these adorable monsters to survive in this anomalous plane. For the first time in the series, choices will affect the story. Each decision will impact your monster's evolution and ultimately the game's ending. No actual release date just yet, but it's scheduled for a 2020 release, and it's available for the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Unsung Story. This Kickstarter-funded game from Little Orbit takes us into a war-torn land where intrigue, warfare, espionage, and betrayal are commonplace. Spearheaded by the director of Final Fantasy Tactics and Vagrant Story, it aims to revitalize the old class-based tactics gameplay. Each class offers different abilities, and the choice is up to you on which to prioritize. It rewards individual playstyles, so you must learn to adapt depending on the battlefield. Unfortunately, as a Kickstarter-funded game, it still has a long way to go, but the developers from Little Orbit are trying their best to secure us a release date sometime this 2020. Available for the PC, the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch.
Would you be strong enough to fight?
Cris Tales. Dubbed as a love letter to the classic JRPG titles like Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, and even Valkyrie Profile, this time-bending adventure takes us into the life of Crisbel as she stops a powerful time empress from messing up the future. It doesn't feel like an indie game at all, especially with its solid hand-drawn art style and a fascinating world to explore. Master turn-based combat as you use the power of time to warp them to the past, the present, and even the future. It's a promising title, and JRPG fans will definitely find this interesting. Just look at that slick art! A demo is currently available for download if you want to get a taste of what the game is really all about. No release date just yet, but it's said to come out sometime this 2020 for the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Edge of Eternity. A beautiful indie JRPG from Midgar Studios. This game is definitely inspired from the modern Final Fantasy titles like 13, 15, and 12. Set in a world torn apart by a mysterious disease, it's up to you as the hero to find a cure and save its fallen kingdom. Engage in a dazzling turn-based combat where you outwit your opponents by using the environment to your advantage. It's currently been out on the PC for quite some time now as an early access. Despite its current state, players gave it positive reviews as they wait for the inevitable full release very soon. Sadly, no release date just yet, but it's coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris. Finally, we can experience the anime storyline in a Sword Art Online game. Assume control of Kirito as he goes on a quest inside the underworld, a mysterious virtual world in SAO's Alicization arc. Gameplay is as intense as ever, especially with its stunning new visuals. Featuring themes of sadness, passion, and reunion, enter an expansive world where AIs behave like humans. And like the anime, meet your favorite SAO characters including Eugeo, Alice, and so much more. No release date just yet, but it is available for the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Re-Legend. This JRPG takes us into another mysterious island with no recollection of our past. Re-Legend mixes farm sim and monster breeding into one game. Learn to survive by cultivating plants for your daily sustenance or tame magical creatures known as the Magnus to aid you in your adventure. The island is home to many dangers. Befriend villagers and use your pet monsters to help you in battle. But you're never alone. With its online functionality, carry out activities together and conquer its small world. No release date yet, but it's coming out for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch. Soul Saga Episode 1. Another Kickstarter-funded game on our list. This game borrows notable elements from known JRPGs like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, and Breath of Fire. It takes us into a magical world torn apart into 3 distinct parts. As the hero, you embark on a grand quest to uncover the nature of the world and meet a lovable cast of characters on the way. The first episode takes place in one of the 3 parts of its broken world, and its combat is largely focused on turn-based mechanics. So far, the game still has a long way to go, but hey, you can support the dev on its Kickstarter if you want. No release date just yet, but it's coming out on the PC, the PS4, and even the PlayStation 5.